Hello, this is Honest GB Fan again at the Panther Valley Railroad. I'm making this video basically to give myself a record of another DPM kit that I built and I'm selling on eBay. It's the Crestone Credit Union, and there's the side of it and the back, and then the other side. I do this just kind of for my own records. I look at them and see what I could have done better next time and things like that. There's the light block inside that I build. I also reinforce the corners. And there's a roof vent. I didn't put a lot of details on the roof this time. But anyways, I sell these on eBay, so it's N scale, and if you like it, make an offer. Anyways, speaking of eBay, I have a lot of friends who complain about eBay and bad purchases they've made or experiences they've had. I'd like to uh, give a little bit of advice. It's worked for me ever since I had my first bad experience. I purchased a air compressor from a company, and they sent me a completely different air compressor than what was in the picture, what was in the description, what was in, the model, everything. The picture showed their company logo on it. This thing has absolutely no model number, no brand name, anything on it. It's but I can find it on eBay for $40 to $50 less. So what they did was kind of a bait and switch thing. But what I'd like to give as some advice, if it helps you at all, and alleviate some of the worry of purchasing on eBay, is that you can most people will look at the feedback rating, and a rating of 95, 98, 100%. Those are good. That's really good, especially if they've sold a lot of items. If they sold one item, it's kind of misleading, but that doesn't mean that the seller is not an honest person. But what I've run into is I always purchase from people with the high feedback ratings. And what I run into once in a while, and it happened to me just recently, about a week and a half ago, I purchased a product, and while I was waiting for that product, I found that they had not, I checked and they did not give me feedback. And my part of the purchase was done. I paid them, they got the money, that for all I know they've already spent it. And so my part of the purchase is done. I should have been receiving feedback for that right away. Uh, and it wasn't forthcoming. So I contacted them. And what I hear a lot is that a lot of sellers they say that they don't have time, because they sell so many items, that they don't have time to do the feedback system themselves, so they have an automated system. Now, this automated system waits for your feedback before it gives you yours. In other words, you've done your part. They're not giving you credit for it, and they hold your feedback hostage until you give them positive feedback. If they have not given you feedback, if you're a buyer and seller like I am, all of the feedback is lumped together, and it's important that you always get positive feedback. So what will happen is that a buyer has a negative experience, yet they can't give negative feedback because their feedback is being held hostage by the seller. They can set these automated systems to where it gives you instant feedback, and then they're not holding your feedback hostage, and thereby inflating their own positive feedback rating. Because, as I said, you're not going to give them negative feedback if you're afraid of them giving you negative feedback. Unless you're just a buyer, then it doesn't matter, because you do your part, you buy it, and it doesn't matter. But if you're like me and I buy and sell, I need that positive rating. And many of the sellers, if you contact them, if something goes wrong, that's fine. They'll usually work with you and fix it. But so don't get me wrong about that part. But if they refuse to give you feedback, you can contact them and ask them for it. And I've usually gotten it, but there have been a few sellers that refuse to give me feedback until I give them mine. So I'm wondering what it is they're worried about in their selling practices, in their business practice, that they are so worried about you giving them bad feedback that they have to hold yours hostage. To me, that just shows a dishonest point of view. It's a lack of customer service. It's a lack of respect for you as a customer. And so I just will not buy from them a second time, even if the purchase has gone perfectly. I may get the item on time, it may be completely fine, not broken, not chipped, not anything. It could be exactly what I ordered, but I will not buy them from them again because obviously they know something's going to go wrong someplace. They already know it, or they would just give you your feedback. They would be honest with you and basically hope you're honest with them. That is a good business practice. Anything else is just deceptive, and it creates those inflated positive feedback ratings of 95, 98, 100% because a person cannot leave negative feedback as they themselves are held hostage, like I said, and in fear of receiving negative feedback themselves. So it's just done and over with. And to me, it's just wrong. And like I said, I will not buy from anyone who does not give me feedback before I send them theirs. And that there's many purchasers or many sellers on eBay that I have refused to buy from a second time, even though everything went fine, because they just refuse to give you that feedback. So my assumption is, if they assume you're going to give them negative feedback and they hold yours hostage, then I have to assume that they know on their end they're going to give you a bad product at some point. So with that, I'd like to wish you a great day. Hope that helps you on your eBay purchases and alleviates a little bit of the doubt that may be created in purchasing from people. And have a great day. Again, Honest GB fan at the Panther Valley Railroad. Have a good one. Thanks.